It's the
The cards that I most like out of this pack are Mox, Fractured Identity, and Elspeth. I think I'm going to take the Fractured. Card's pretty real. Take a little Remand action. A little early game, slow it down. This pack's got some heaters. Sheoldred, Fury, Badger Mole Cub. All cards would have played well in my last deck. I could take the Triome. A little Tundra just for me. Ponder, Duress, Mind Twist. Let's grab Mind Twist again. Nice bear. Hey, thanks, Big Mage. He's a good bear. Was formerly knighted. That's a crazy story. Yeah, really interesting how neither white nor blue are open. I guess I'll grab a Liliana. Could collect a Brutality. Still seeing some blue-white fixing come around. I think Esper could work out. So Spiral and Sheoldred are pretty messed up together. Give our control deck a combo finish. A Black Lotus. I think I'd rather have like a Swords of Plowshares. Black Lotus out that Lingering Souls. How do you lose? Maybe the 7-drop is appropriate in case we see Flash later. It's not a bad one to flash out. Get your 7/1/1s. I know I was just mocking fast mana, but we got a few plays for the Dark Ritual turn 1. The Mind Twist can take it. Oh shit, what up? Hey, can I win? Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 96 months. Am I testing different decks, or am I familiar with this archetype? I have drafted more fucking Powered Cube. Powered Cube fucking oozing out my ears. I would have to play kind of a unique one to not be familiar with the archetypes or color combinations. And most of them are not very unique. I am always saying that, Salty Rutabaga, yeah. My favorite cube I've ever drafted? I really like the Synergy Cube that Caleb Gannon had up on Magic Online a while back. Had the longest win streak of my life with that cube. 38 matches in a row. Not something I think I'm going to repeat. Officially peaked. Well, we got another Soul Ring here. Soul Ring does make colorless mana, and currently our issue is the mana base, right? We need a bunch of duels. Something to keep in mind. I don't think we're going to get a wheel. There's 2 solid blue cards, and I think there's 2 other blue drafters, so those will get slurped up. This archetype is not a very unique or particular one, Trail of Magic. This is just Esper good stuff. It doesn't really need anything in particular to work. Right now, my main concern is not individual cards, but rather my mana base getting sorted. And then Similar to all like good stuff disruption-y type decks that are trying to slow down the game so the late game bombs can take over. We need a little bit more early game interaction. So we got that Remand there. I would like to see a couple more counters and early removal spells so I can slow down the game for my late game stuff. And then I also need a little bit more late game stuff, but usually that's easier to do, easier to get. This pack has a wealth of options for me. We got the Creeping Tar Pit, which will help out the mana base a little bit, but it would be another comes to play tap land. I usually try not to get too many of those. Sometimes you can get tri-lands that help out, and you can get them much later than third pick, too. So then our options are Inquisition, Dam, or Daze. Currently we have no Sweeper. Dam is an early game spot removal spell and a Sweeper for us, so I think it's like just doing a bit too much in comparison to the other options. Gonna snap that up here. But yeah, this is just like a control or a mid-range value deck. It's not too tricky. Just try to fill out the curve. Try to get good mana. Speaking of good mana, yeah, the Backstreet would be good, but we're gonna grab that Flooded Strand. Fetches and OG duels are pretty good together. There's an outside chance the Backstreet even wheels. Black-white is not a coveted color pair, and there's a Triumph there too. I've drafted a few set cubes, Progenimator. Ooh. Scrubland and Undercity Sewers here. I'm going to take this Sewers. Typically blue-black lands are fought over more than white-black. The Air Temple would play really well with my Lingering Souls. And there's a Teferi in there too. Anyway, yeah, I've played with some set cubes. I think you just play the ones where you have nostalgia for that particular limited environment. I think that should guide you. If it had a good play experience, it's going to make for a good set cube. Ooh, okay. I'm going to grab that Crab. I was talking about how I wanted like a little bit more late game oomph, and Crab's a pretty good one. Drain your opponent's resources, get a big 5/5 down. It's good stuff. Real solid win rate on that finisher. Is Boros the highest win rate archetype? I'd assume. I mean, you can check that on 17 lands yourself. Marsh Flats, perfect. I was talking about at the start of this pack how I was most worried about my mana base, and now it's all coming together real clean like. You'd love to see it. Just going on 17 lands, it does look like Boros has the highest win rate at 59%. And then there's Black-Red and Red-Green at 56%. Celestia Green-White at 55%. Orzhov at 55%. We're about Vindicate, Tom. A little bit of removal, a little bit of interaction here. The Curiosity is actually like really interesting with Lingering Souls. I wonder if I should be snagging that instead. Oh well. Kind of hate subtlety, but it might be okay here, even without much to pitch. But yeah, that's his data from the past 2 weeks. So just pretty much just these Mox events. I'm gonna grab Spell Pierce here, actually. Well, yeah, I don't know. Backstreet did come back. Backstreet came back. All right. And the Scrubland. Well, I'm actually considering the Teferi over it. Because our mana's just looking so groovy. Yay, lands I'm happy about. We're going to grab an off-color Mox. I'm usually a fan of just taking the Mox. I would have to, like, really need a card for my deck to function. To pass even an off-color one. We are bit short on playables because we've invested so many picks in the mana base. So that's what we're thinking about now, is just grabbing stuff. I like a currency converter quite a bit. I think I want that 3 steps ahead. Just get some counters up in this. Kind of what we're missing, right? Demonic Tutor, Force of Negation, Mana Vaults. The Mana Vault's interesting to me because we do have Crab and Grave Titan here on the top end, and Mind Twist, right? Demonic Tutor might help me put together Sheoldred plus Time Spiral more often. Yeah, that's tricky. I'm going to take the Vault here. I'm very low on Miscalc these days. Our other options are Batterskull, Raven Inspector, Peacekeeper maybe. Peacekeeper would be okay. Portable Hole's a nice early game interaction spell. We have Tundra, so missing the Hollowed Fountain's not a big deal. It's kind of a sick Trinket Mage, right? We have a Mox, a Mana Vault, a Soul Ring. I can't get gas, I can only get mana is the only issue with it. I think Bitter Triumph makes the most sense here. Currently lacking any instant speed removal. I guess we have the Unexpectedly. Tidebinder also kind of interesting. Yeah, so there's some quality white removal, stock up, which is always really nice, and then Emeritus, which I think gets better with all of my fast mana. But maybe you're just supposed to take stock up here for a way to like refuel in the early game. How are we doing on playables now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 10-ish. I can take a Watery Grave. So now it's like 11 mana sources. So we need like one more playable maybe. Really Trail of Magic? Because I did a search for the past 2 weeks from MTG Arena. Just with Cube Powered. And it brought up colors. So that's just going to be this Arena Direct stuff, because it's the only powered cube that's been up on Arena the last 2 weeks. What's this deck's weakness? Just Arena Direct, Mark. So each draft costs 8,000 gems, or $40. Grab a Verge, could grab an Ang, could grab a Cryptic Command. Yeah, fuck it, give me the Cryptic. Life Debt's a little interesting, rebuy that Troll. Kaito doesn't have a lot of evasive threats here, but he doesn't really need it. Can just be a hard to interact with threat. There is another 1 mana card that loots, and then like at a certain point you can like sack it to put the looted away cards to your hand. So Dam is a double white card. You might be thinking about Retrofitting. So you could just cut 2 lands here. The mana counts are off because there's a troll, so they're all like +1 of each, basically. Yeah, I think that's just correct. You have all those other mana sources. How do I feel about the deck based on the draft? I think we got a real solid deck here. Mostly bidding Sheoldred because I lack the double black currently, but possibly I should have kept it. Glad I grabbed that Sewers now that I ripped Cryptic Command. Could slam Kaito and tap the cat. I think I'd rather just pass. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. Had a pretty reasonable day. Got some digging done on my deck project. Got to hang out with my wife and my doggo a little bit. Oh shit, I should go, I got a stew cooking upstairs. Should probably go tend to that. Get my din-din right after this match. What kind of stew? Just a beef stew. Beef and potatoes. Pretty simple stuff. Usually you draw a card with Cryptic Command. I'm pretty fine not in this spot. Fair enough. Seems like a fine card to remand. I suppose we can reveal that. Who's Sir Barrington's arch nemesis? Taco Bell. Yeah, one issue with Mind Twist here is it does give them the Euro all in the graveyard ready to go. Might do it anyway. Kaito can be fucked up. Kaito can be fucked up. There's a reason I'm playing it in here, even though we don't really have stuff to ninjutsu bang. Not a lot of it. We got Lingering Souls tokens and this trainer, and that's about it. Crab. Hell yeah, I could bleed. Good luck in your pre-release. Supposed to do this first, sorry. Just make sure they don't have a forced negation for me, huh? That'd be embarrassing. Wow. Yeah, this hand does not work right. The Manus is not good. And I used my wrist brace as a hot pad. Now I don't have my wrist brace. That's alright. I can play without it for a sec. Yeah, yo, Yabunga. Appreciate the sub. You're very welcome to the streams. And Snow Yeti, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 49 months. Appreciate you too. We'll turn to Stone Rain on the play action. Hey, Florin, thanks for the sob, the 12 months. What's up? Just playing some Cube. Eating some stew. Regular stuff. Am I getting forced negationed? I'm getting dazed, and I have the mana floating to pay for daze. So that's very unfortunate for them. They're just guaranteeing that they'll have that land drop. Very heads up play. I'd like to cycle this Miscalc and look for my second black source, of course. But we'll see what they do here. Sure. The tapping was actually terrible, huh? Ooh. Because if they had popped the might on my Soul Ring, I wouldn't have been able to play the Remand. Yeah, it was just the auto-tapping first if you only lose. I had to hold control in order to do the thing. It ended up being weirdly good, because I ended up using that Soul Ring mana. Alright, well that was a pretty important draw. I'm at 13. Just gonna bury that Ouroborite a bit. I really gotta set up the Dave cam again. So one issue with this wistfulness is they did remove the only onboard target for the Haywire Mite. Dave is indeed at my feet, yeah. And he's digging before having a nice lie down. Starting tapping the elves too, but yeah, I'll just do that. The old intuitive. Tough Cookie could gain some life. The issue with the Portable Hole is they can sack the Mite with the trigger on the stack, so I don't love it here. I might even like Liliana uptick discard it. They cannot blow up Tough Cookie. This is non-creature. I decided to attack this turn, so I'm just going to let them sack the Mite. Yeah, the Absent was a good rip. There were other interaction spells that we could have drawn to do the thing, but that was, yeah. What do we got? Okay. Just gonna edict them. As you do. If I'd drawn a black source, I don't know if I would have damned plus upticked. Cashing into Liliana for the forest here, I think, would be pretty bad. I'm just going to uptake past turn. Reasonable chance we end up casting this. Damn. Like the overload. Well, this doesn't fucking do anything. Should have held on to it, I guess. Or just bind it to a Liliana uptake. That might have been better. Oh, interesting. They're clearing Lily. I thought they might hit me to pop the Soul Ring. Gives me a turn to hit a Black Source and just slam Grave Titan. Well, we whipped on the Grave Titan, but we do have this Dam still, so I'm going to do that. And now we're in a spot where we're both kind of in top deck mode, but we've got a Grave Titan. Or it was a pretty good one when you're in top deck mode. Yeah. So that's coming back next turn. Miscalc does not stop it. Let's go ahead and cycle. Interesting choices being made over there. Taking the Black Lotus forces them to find a blue source to rebuy the Uro. Oh, they got the forest just for the Bristly Bill trigger, huh? Yeah, the land just gave them 1/1 counter. If they grab the dragon, they could be firing it off this turn. But then that would set them up for everything else. Catchy Triumph does that too. And now they've got the animate to activate bill. It's not bad. If you absent the bill here, they smack you for 5 and bring back Uro, and you're kind of losing that game. I think we just pass, and then ideally they activate bill, and then you absent the Llanowar Elves on top of their library, and you take 4, 5, 6. I think I still prefer absenting the elves and making them draw that than answering the token permanently. We take 8 here and go to 2. We draw like a stock up or something. Something awesome. Please. Oh my god. And that Black Source I needed. We already burned our Lingering Souls, so there's nothing the Backstreet could mill for me. I feel like that series of draws was unlikely from the time that we had the Grave Titan. LSV's name is just LSV. Yeah, you got it. I did this to like partially line up land drops, and I'm like fractured crab. We'll draw lands, right? The deck actually has a lot of mana sources with like the Soul Ring and the mana vault and stuff. I got this troll we can bin maybe. I think I can do this. It does let them rebuy a spell with Tursa. Hey, Mean Bean, these are the sub. Things that have 64 months there. Awkward. Yeah, they want to run it out here because otherwise I'll just crab it out of their hand. Two lands, brutal. Yeah, if they didn't have anything, if they didn't block, then Kaito bouncing crab, ritual out crab would have been funny, but the game's just locked up, Went from dicey to nicey quick. It did indeed. Dicey to nicey. This might be wrong, but I'm going to slam this here troll here. Very possible I'm supposed to like Sheoldred and bin the troll and have the 4 mana to untap the mana ball and do that stuff. Yeah, land to play the Sheoldred would have been a little bit more exciting. Let's see what the Saga's tutoring up. Lotus Petal. They got no activations and it's got a Lotus Petal. Just Stone Rain myself. Okay. Doesn't seem right to me, but whatever. If only I'd gone for the Sheoldred play, that'd be punishing the One Ring for sure. Yeah, a little frustrated with the Tar Pit rip there. Sheoldred just like, put me in, coach. Pointing over there, drawing more cards than God. Yeah, the decision to run out the Troll instead of play Sheoldred and bin Troll has been really biting me. Ancient Tomb. Okay. No. Yeah, not how I wanted to spend my turn. This is the first time I've had the 4 manas for the trigger to come up. I was literally just trying to go through to my main phase so I could cast Sheoldred or Fractured, something. Like, Sheoldred was lethal, right? They're sitting over there at 2 life. Oh well. Perhaps it will still be lethal next turn. They have that Shadow Spear is the scary thing, right? I think you get the Analysis and the Shadow Spear on the 1/1. Then the game gets awkward. Yay. Well, I'm glad time walking myself in the middle of a race didn't burn me there. Jesus Christ. Just a hand just fucking chock full of awesome plays. Mox bin Troll for a blue-black land. Oh, maybe I'll just play that. Dangerously medium hand. Yeah, I mean, could use a Vindicate off the top, that's for sure. I've been mana drainered. What are they going to do with my extra 2 mana? Fair enough. Opponent's only showing blue-green. I think we slam the Sheoldred. It's possible there's a removal color that we haven't seen yet. As they play a plains. Fair enough. Would much rather be vindicating that plains, but oh well. Sure. A lot of critter lands over there. Wow. The build your own ancestor recall. Certainly feels like the opponent's got some reactive stuff. Because otherwise the creature lands could be serving. Pay for Esper Sentinel. Get Spell Pierced would be brutal. Oh, that one resolving is a good sign. Well then. Good thing there's a Esper Sentinel triggered. Give me something to respond to. So you could dam here. No, you couldn't. We don't have double white. Let's just play this. Spellbinder resolves. The impact of having to pay 2 more, a little bit mitigated by having just a shit pile of mana. Kaito not being able to be ninjutsu'd was a clever take there. Just paying 6 for it is kind of fine too, though. Trying to figure out if I should be playing Backstreet or Island on my turn. I think Island, and then maybe I want to stock up or serve with the Tar Pit. And then I can still 3 steps ahead and pay for the Sentinel. Wow. No answer to the grave. The gravy train, huh? They're just eating 10. Yeah, very possible I'm just supposed to be slamming Mind Twist there. It feels good to have the counter up, though, even if they know about it. Curious what their plan is from this spot. If they sweeper here, they kind of have to tap out for it. And then we can Mind Twist their hand and maybe even get in with a Tar Pit. Wasteland's a fine answer to the Tar Pit. Yeah, there's jamming now, sure. Liliana down. The nice thing about Mind Twisting before serving is if they've got like a flash combo or something, they kind of have to do it now. And then you have that information before declaring your attacks. Cycling, and we've got a card that cycles it real clean. Very painful to have been fractured, but I think it's correct here. Usually you're not fighting over cantrips and card draw and stuff. Looks like they're doing it to hit their land drop, though, so yummy for us. I think uptaking Liliana would hurt us more than them right now. Hey, Jorbs, thanks for the sub, the 96 months. Jorb says, hi, Caleb D, MTG. I'm watching from new house for the first time. Did you know moving sucks? Moving sucks so hard, Jorbs. You are absolutely correct. When me and Mrs. DMTG got hitched and stuff, and we started like talking about like long-term plans and whatnot, we did float the idea that like Madison's kind of an expensive place to live, and we both work from home. We could live anywhere we wanted. And we decided that moving sucks, and we like Madison a lot. So, so we're still here. Yeah, moving's the fucking worst. I want to slam a Grave Titan, but I think I'm just supposed to pass here. If you're there less than 10 years, you're going to ask for your money back? Yeah. That's about right. The sorcery speed Malcolm is so interesting. I'm going to counter it anyway. Because I want to. Yeah, let's vamp. I'm going to mulligan this one, I think. This looks much better to me. But yeah, huge congrats on the new place, Jorbs. I hope it's awesome. For those of you who don't know, Jorbs streams, well, a lot of games. Known for Slay the Spire, but streams all kinds of awesome variety content. He guested on my 365 stream, and I did carry him in Slay the Spire because he hadn't played co-op before, and he needed someone to show him how it went down, how it goes, basically. I showed him the ropes. That video is up on YouTube somewhere. Well, this all went terribly for me. I guess we're just dark ritualing out this crab and hoping that the crab finds something awesome, because my hand does not deal with a Minskin Boo very well. Come on, crab, come on. Some questing beast shit. Well, Flame Slash kills the 4/4 at least. Yeah, here we are. Okay. So we can damn the wistfulness. And force them to chump with their hamster here. And then I don't have the black mana to flashback Lingering Souls, which is a huge bummer. Got me. Ah, they're getting my fucking souls. Thinking of just wins or not. I can portable hold the token. I guess we still have Fractured as a live draw. I almost wonder if I'm supposed to bin this troll. Oh no, but then we're shuffling the cards from the Endurance through the deck. We don't want that. I was thinking like pull one more land, but that's... Hey... That'll do her. GG. Yeah, this took me a little too long to answer that Minskin Boo, A little too much tread and water. We had some fine answers in the deck. Fractured's a good answer. We eventually found Vindicate. Vindicate's a great answer. Bitter Triumph would have been good. But yeah, it took us a little too long to get rolling, and the crab didn't really help. In terms of finding an answer, crab was good, obviously. Cool. Well, we got one Boxeroo. I guess we keep jamming, huh? Pretty good deck. That deck was excellent. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the best deck of the night. Sol Ring, Mox.